Hi friends, here we go with Katie's Core Crusher, my top 5 ab exercises. Let's go! You can start with 30 seconds for each exercise. Gradually work yourself up to a minute. Do one set of these 5 exercises to begin and advance from there up to 3 sets. So the first thing we're going to do is a plank dolphin. So you're going to come onto your mat. You're going to set yourself up in a forearm plank position. Turn your toes under. I like to spread my hands out on the mat. Make sure my elbows are under my shoulders. My ears are right over my shoulders. My head is in alignment with my spine. From here, I'm going to shift my hips up to the sky and push through. If you're a yoga lover, it's a little bit like yoga. This is your plank dolphin. Shift the hips up, let the backs of the legs stretch, and come back down into that forearm plank position. Continue to repeat that. Shift those hips up to the sky and come back down. Part 2 of our core workout, Katie's favorite core workout, top 5. We're going to do cross climbers. So you're going to begin in a high plank position. Set your wrists so they're under your shoulders. Spread your fingers out. You can start on your toes. I'm going to take my feet. They're in line with my hips. What I'm going to do from here is I'm going to bend one knee and I'm going to pull that knee, rotate through my core, really squeeze all those muscles in my core, drive that knee to the opposite elbow. Come back to the center, alternate sides. Okay, so you're real strong, your hips aren't rising, hips aren't lowering, and you're really emphasizing that twisting motion, that rotation. Sit arm and leg raise, okay? So you're gonna come all the way down on your mat. You're gonna reach your body into an I shape. You're gonna take your right arm to meet your left leg. All right, so you're really gonna reach for the toe, alternating sides. Keep reaching long to make it a little harder. See if you can keep your heels off the ground. Continue that movement, lifting the shoulders up off the mat. Are you ready for part 4? I am. So we're going to come onto our back. We're going to do something called an ankle touch, or I like to call it a penguin for a little more fun. So you're going to set your feet about hip distance apart. You're going to roll yourself back onto the mat and bring those arms down at your sides. You're going to try to relax your neck. I like to look at the ceiling to try to keep my neck long. And what we're going to do is we're going to reach for those ankles so you're squeezing to the side. You want to feel your oblique muscles. Those are the muscles that run down your side. Feel them squeeze before you release and hit the other side. Okay? To amplify this movement, if you need it a little harder, reach to the insides of your ankles, okay? Inside of your ankles. Just keep reaching, keep squeezing. If it's a little much for your neck, you can always bring your head back into your hands. Work that same action, still keep squeezing. Part 5. This one's horrible. I'm not even gonna lie. We can thank my client Mike for this particular exercise. He got it from his physical therapist. It's a great exercise to finish with, to really singe those lower deep abdominal muscles. Okay, so you're gonna roll onto your back. Again, we're gonna bring those legs up to 90 degrees. I've got my legs zipped together, knees together, feet together. I'm gonna place my hands onto my quads. From there, what I'm gonna do, keeping my knees over my hips, I'm gonna push as hard as I can into my legs and my legs into my hands. You're breathing. You're pushing as hard as you can. If you start shaking, can't talk anymore, that's totally normal, okay? Press those shoulders down away from your ears. Try not to scrunch up there. Using all of your strength, all of your might. You're pushing your legs into your hands into your legs. Spread the hands out. My shoulders are over my elbows, right? Check me. Okay. Lift up. Feet are about hip distance apart. Your head's in line with your spine. We're going to shift the butt up towards the ceiling. Stretch the backs of the legs and come back down right to where we started. The whole time my belly button is drawn up towards my spine. I'm keeping my abdominals braced. Your hands down onto the mat. Wrists are lined up under your shoulders. You can start on your hands and knees. Step 1 foot back at a time. Your feet are gonna line up about hip distance. From here, you're gonna lock out that high plank position. Sink your shoulder blades into your back pockets, down your back is strong. I'm gonna bend my right knee. I'm gonna drive it towards my left elbow while I'm rotating that core. Okay, so really try to exaggerate, rotating the core, squeezing everything in. We love rotation when we do core work. You're keeping it at a nice even tempo. You're keeping it controlled. You're working hard. I am. Onto your mat, reach into that I-shaped position. Your hands are over your head. I-shaped position, we're gonna lift our opposite arm and leg, okay? So you're coming up, alternating sides. Keep your neck relaxed. Make sure that you're bringing your shoulder up off the mat. Reach for the toes. Reach past the toes. You can do it. Every time you get a little bit stronger. Your heels are right at the edge of your fingertips, okay? And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick those shoulders up off the mat, really push down that belly button right down to the ground. Feel your low back imprint onto the mat, and you're gonna touch your ankles. Touch, touch. Hold on each side. Really get that squeeze through the oblique muscles. Make sure you feel it before you switch back to the other side. If it's not challenging enough for you, reach those hands to the insides of the ankles. Keep reaching further. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Further, squeeze. If your neck gets tired or you feel it all in your neck rather than your obliques, just drop your head back into your hands. Keep that action going. Keep squeezing through the obliques. Just let your head rest in your hands. No problem. All right, my knees are over my hips. Spreading my hands out onto my quads at the same time as I make my legs strong. I also make my arms strong. Most important, working these together is gonna make our core strong, okay? So you're pushing your legs into your hands into your legs. Oh, it's the tiniest little thing. It doesn't even look like you're doing anything. You can fool everybody. You're working those lower abs. Zip it in, keep pressing, harder, harder. You're so strong.
Give yourself a hug. You did it. High five.